the city like a 3 alarm fire. Rappers, I flame them, point them out where they at. The flow, make them change they crack. I'm in my duffel, fuck a bag, level up, where the cash. That 48 arm reach, don't tip me, I shoot. I'm local like a Jose, live top like a Mardi Gras. Hollows get the flying, bodies drop like falling star. I be on my shit, you on my dick. Pubic hair, had to slow it up, now the vision is clear. Throwing shots at rappers like I wish they would. Take a rapper's fan base like I said I could. I'm the shit, you can smell me like a Hollywood. Sitting on these whack ass bitches and fuck niggas. The block still doing like 100 on each. Dope rocks, Potter, Mitchell, and that's the problem. I was birthed to get money, I grew up with popping.
Hottest in the city, hottest in the city, hottest in the city, everybody gon' top. Hottest in the city, hottest in the city, hottest in the city, everybody gon' top. Hottest in the city, hottest in the city, hottest in the city, everybody gon' top. Hottest in the city, hottest in the city, hottest in the city, everybody gon' top.
That's Meek and Mills. Is he really real? I mean, he rode bikes, fucked up weed money. You ain't never killed shit. Can't fraud for the city, but you can fraud for them niggas that don't know me. Millie, I'm in Nicky D.O. Like expose this nigga. It's about time niggas get to know this nigga. Running around all loud like your name D. Jones. You ain't about that life, that's why you stay in the back. When the drama up front, I turn dreams and nightmares in a race, bring it back to back. FaceTiming with Drizzy, like why you doing like that? He ain't been back since. Check this facts, that's a stack. I'm in my bag, I may not. I'm in my bag, I may not. Walk him down, pull his top, now that's a flame up. I fuck your bitch, give her back like, there you go. And when they see me breathe still, they're like, there you go.
Hottest in the city, hottest in the city, hottest in the city, everybody gon' top. Hottest in the city, hottest in the city, hottest in the city, everybody gon' top. Hottest in the city, hottest in the city, hottest in the city, everybody gon' top. Hottest in the city, hottest in the city, hottest in the city, everybody gon' top.
Jose, I'm loco, did time for the petty. Got away with the murders, I got the juice. OJ with the glove, never second guess. Any work for the snub, cause I ain't leaving no traces. All they get is the basic. John Doe, yellow tape, and a lot of brain fragments. Real nigga fall off, recuperate, secure the bag. Gilmore just to hate about. I be on my shit, you be on my dick. Shit, close your mouth. Catch feelings while without I can catch a flight. This bitch mad, I be laughing like you be alright. $5 million for the crib, that was something like. Create the facts, that's real what they talking about. But nowadays, niggas got like bitches. Niggas hate when it's dark, but be losing when it's sunny. Funny style, niggas cartoon.
Duck funny.
Stir her more the room as I pass by. I see a bitch, she caught my eye, so I spin the block. It ain't tricking if you got it. Today I'm feeling like fab. Drop it in the bag. My bitch bad, all hood like Cardi B. I'm poppin', you are not like a flat soda. You're in my stomach.
Look, shout out Bankhead, HH, look, yeah, hearing sirens, gun fire, niggas dying, mama get the kids in the crib, give my niggas all a gig, you know why, can't spend it all day long, make sure my people own their own home, tell a dealer I want the I take that, feeling like Meek in his prime, sign with Maybach, shoebox, the bank account, where your safe at, what's in your wallet, and we be in it for the money like it's really ours, and I done put in all these hours like I'm filming Austin Powers, you know your niggas never riding cause they all cowards, like I could never trust them cause they killed over small dollars, they got large problems, what you know about the Philly nigga who done with the interrogations, not taking that fucking deal, I never be giving statements, we ended this for a payment, my dog serving on the payment, with chrome shit like the stainless, they can't copy containers, fuck bitches complaining, your faces when I'm paying, I try to get famous, but it come with the changes, niggas is aiming and banking, it's Philly nigga, how could they ever just blame us, playing evidence and never came off of my finger, nigga, use a rat, never flipped the pack and made it back, you can never brag, when you living off your mom and dad, had to get it fast from the blood, cause I need a bag. Body bag, toe tag, same shit, different day. Beat it like I might eat the cake like I'm in the man. Try to notch the system, cause they really make the man a slave. They really make the man a slave. Yeah, like, niggas don't matter. Yeah, L's getting fatter, rolling his gas up, nigga, you average. Yeah, why'd you bragging? The niggas laughing, making you madder. Yeah, barely had enough, trying to get away faster. Know some niggas who came switching they play like it's mad. Rather be rich than that heavy. You cannot tell me these checks wasn't looking so badly, barely had enough for a platter. Like, had to really wake up off this shit, get my shit. Fuck a rouge and never rusty, y'all still lit. Let me handle fucking biz. Tell your kid to get her kiss. Young like just get taken quick. Niggas really on some shit. Bring it to school and classes. Never get to but less is again. Black nigga fame, got the rest of the game. Taking the pick, now you facing the system. You cannot catch me in yards to the prison. Now that I'm scared, this niggas is pussy. Being a pussy, I should be convicted. Capital murder or something. I'm running, she square and I'm busting. Like we both you on that something. Like she be suing for nothing. Missing a head, no targets, you bucket. Fucking at least you knew I was coming. Niggas don't matter. Yeah, I was getting fatter. Rolling this gas up, nigga, you average. Yeah, why'd you bragging? The niggas laughing, making you madder. Yeah, barely had enough, trying to get away fast. Know some niggas who came switching they play like it's mad. Rather be rich than a heavy. Nigga. AJ.
Yeah, it's your OG, baby. I'm in the building. It's Tuesday night in the city of brotherly love. And this is another edition of the Turn That Up 215 show, where my episode is called M&L Power Hour. N.F.L. Power Hour. M&L stands for Mike and
Lane.
Mike and Lane. Lane, a.k.a. Lafayette, a.k.a.
The N.F.L. draft guru.
The guru in the building. Shout out to everybody that's about to tune in on my Facebook feed. Shout out to everybody on Lane's Facebook feed. Say hi to the people, Lane.
Hey, what's going on, y'all, everybody? How y'all doing today?
See, that's what I'm talking about. Remember where I made some posts? I'm moving to YouTube, the show. This show right here, this is special to me, so we're definitely going to do this the right way. And you can catch the recording, a.k.a. the rebroadcast of this show on my YouTube channel, which is Turn That Up 215 show. All right? So tonight we got some hot topics. Our news for tonight is we talking about the Jameis Winston suspension. We're going to go over the top 100 players of 2018. Not all top 100, but we're going to go over the top one. We're going to focus on the top 10. All right, but my man, the guru, he gonna talk about those other players, those other 90 players that he think, it was some bullshit calls in there and there was some good calls in there.
Yeah, I think they definitely. The players do it, so it's going to be a little bias with it, in my opinion. And there's some discrepancies that I have a problem with. But all in all, it's a good list. I don't really have particularly too much of a problem with it. Just some few players that there's some head scratches in here too.
Oh, head scratches?
Yeah, it's a couple of head scratches.
I'm down to hear your head scratches. So we're gonna start with the news. So I'll pass forward to my partner. What's the hot topic in the news?
Jameis Winston has been is on the verge of being suspended this week on account of some sexual assault allegations that took place in a Uber car. And what apparently happened was that the NFL had investigated him for this incident, and as it turned out, it was actually 2 incidents that took place.
The one was he was in college, right?
No. Actually, what had happened was they had reported on an incident with a female victim had reported an incident, and he said it was 3 people in the car. Him, 2 former NFL, a former player in college, Vanderbilt, Brandon Banks, I believe his name is, and a current NFL player, defensive back, played with the Eagles. And they was questioned, and the guy did corroborate Vincent's story that he was sitting in the back of the Uber car, and then as it turned out, there was a second car later that night in which Jameis Winston drove alone, and this is when the incident supposedly took place.
And what exactly or was he supposed to have did?
To my knowledge, he supposedly had groped this young lady some kind of way and groped her.
He did a Donald Trump, huh?
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly, he supposed to have groped her.
No, hold up. Now, Mr. Guru, ain't that a bitch that Donald Trump was grabbing crouches, so Jameis Winston supposedly grabbed the crouch, and he about to get suspended, but Donald Trump became president.
Well, you can't make that correlation because Jameis Winston has he's a face of the franchise, and there's a level of responsibility that come with that.
True that, but Trump the face of the United States.
Well, they got what they knew they was getting when they got with him, so nothing is too surprising when it comes to this kind of behavior. So, he didn't. One thing about Trump, he didn't hide who he was.
Yeah.
What he about.
So how long is the suspension? Did you hear?
Well, they say it's 3 games, but now that these new allegations, they may have to go back and reinvestigate this, and it may be longer. So, because how can you justify suspending Ezekiel Elliott 6 games for allegedly hitting a female, and then you got a sexual misconduct or a sexual battery case, or somebody that been sexually molested, and so to speak, and allow this man to be suspended for only 3 games. Like, that don't even make sense or compute in the eyes of N.F.L. justice. So they're gonna have to revisit this.
You think Tampa Bay would try and cover it up?
No, because Tampa Bay was like everybody else. They investigated the incident pertaining to be there was only one incident with witnesses. Now that it come out that it was actually a second
Uber,
right, where he traveled alone. So then it's coming out. So he has to, like I said, it's going to be an investigation, and it's going to come out and be more detail.
Yeah, hey Mo, that's So yes, Mo, we know that.
Yeah, he's allegedly had some incidents in the past at Florida State, whereas though he was charged with, accused of sexually assaulting a young female there, which.
So, but this is deep, man, because it's like there's a lot of shit going on, man. It's like a lot of shit going on. So if it seems like now if you're an athlete, now I'm gonna say it, especially a black athlete in college, man, you need to chill out. Like, you really, how do you feel about that? You think I'm tripping, or?
That, Jameis's case, he had a lot of people that supported him that was prevalent and backed him, knowing the situation that he went through in college with the accusations. Then he had an accusation where he stole crab legs or something, and prominent people were against the Bucks drafting this guy #1 because of his questionable character.
Yeah.
Then for them to go to bat for him and have this happen,
and he do that, it's a slap in the face.
Right? Not only that, it's a slap to everybody else who supported him.
Yeah.
So, like I said, he needs to realize the situation at hand and understand that he has a level of
responsibility.
Yeah. To
to the fans and to the organization.
Not only to the fans of the organization, but I hate to say it, but he has a level of responsibility to his people because of the situation and position that he's in.
Okay. Now, when you say people, do you mean like his family or black people?
Black people in general, as well as his family.
Okay. And why do you think he's under that light? Just because he's black?
He's playing a prominent position in the most watched sports in America, and there's a cloud in this sport. There's a cloud in that position when it comes to African Americans and the opportunity that's presented to them playing that position.
See, that's what I'm talking about. So, in other words, it's a cloud over black quarterbacks, basically.
It's always been a cloud over black quarterbacks, and you can't play into that narrative that they got going when you have an opportunity to, and they give you an opportunity to succeed.
So, do you think if he was a white quarterback, it might be a little different?
No.
Do you know if any?
I wouldn't say that. I would just think that as a black quarterback, with all this scrutiny that you catch behind is a level. You know, he has a heightened level of the way he had to conduct himself.
Have there ever been any white quarterbacks that was charged with sexual assault that you know of?
Are you kidding me? Your man, Ben Roethlisberger.
Why you had to go there?
Yeah, you asked the question.
And then why you had to go there?
Yeah, man. You see what they did with that situation, right?
That shit real quick. Like, you don't even hear about that no more.
No, because they settled. I mean, I think he had served some kind of suspension or something for it, but all in all, they didn't go to this level of.
It's actually that's interesting that you brought that up. So like that shit is just under the rug. Like, you don't even hear about that shit no more.
Yeah, because years ago, and it wasn't. I don't think it was a precedent set for it at that time. Plus,
under the.
I think that he did have some level of nutrition because of his color of his skin. Had that happened to Jameis Winston back then, he wouldn't even have got an opportunity to play in this league.
Yeah, because Ben shit got hushed real quick. I ain't even gonna lie about that. Like, Ben, yes, Ben
got swept under the rug too.
Yeah, it did. Like, I honestly can't even front about that fact right there. Say, black quarterbacks on a short leash.
Yeah. Black quarterbacks is on a short leash, so it should give them a fuel for his fire.
And that's a real short leash too.
Yeah, because they don't get the opportunity that white quarterbacks do in this league, and it's well documented. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you look at the number of black quarterbacks that are starting in this league, and you can see why you got 32 NFL teams. And you look at the incident last year with the quarterback from the Bills, he was playing well and still got benched. And the guy that replaced him threw 5-6 interceptions in the game. And whereas though he shouldn't even got replaced, period, but just goes to show you the level heightened when it comes to the black quarterback.
Yes.
And their opportunity and what they have to do. They have to be damn near perfect to,
even when they play, they gotta be perfect.
Yeah, they got to maintain their job. Yeah.
Yes. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in on my Facebook feed and my Instagram feed. Tonight we talking football. All right. This is my co-host,
Lafayette, the AKA
the draft guru in the build. He got knowledge too. This actually really his show. I'm here. All right. But we talking about the Jameis Winston incident. So if you got any comments, any questions, leave a comment. Leave a comment. We'll be reading. We like to engage. So right now, for all those that tune in that don't know, Jameis
Winston's been accused of a sexual assault in the back of a Uber car, and he's under N.F.L. investigation and facing a suspension of 3 games. But I think there's going to have to be revisited because of the new information that came out. And I think that he may face a longer suspension.
Which is at least?
Well, I can't speculate.
Well, from my investigation, for first time violations under the PCP, which stands for Personal Conduct Policy, first time violation is 6 games. So, like you said,
depending upon
the violation.
Right.
But like you said, they gave Zeke
6 games.
6 games, and they talk about giving Winston 3 games. All right. So first time violations is 6 games. So also from what I was reading, they trying to figure out, did he really violate the PCP?
Well,
see, that's why they said 3 games.
One thing that you gotta understand about this policy that's unfair, in my opinion, is that even the accusation in itself, Roger Goodell reacts on these just simple accusations because of you bringing bad publicity to the league. So that in itself is a violation. Because
he ain't reported.
No, it ain't about being reported. It's been reported. It ain't about him being reported. It's about somebody making an accusation against you, and they have to do an investigation behind it.
Okay, automatic.
Right. So even though you may not, in Zeke's case, the woman testified and said that he didn't do anything, and took and gave conflicting stories. And the person that investigated it came to Roger Goodell and suggested that Zeke shouldn't be suspended, and he went and suspended him anyway.
I understand. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to read some comments.
No, he wasn't arrested, Jamila. He was not arrested in this charge with anything. It was just an accusation.
No. Even remember the incident and you say, Wentz was supposed to get moved, but he's still supposed to be made a deal. Yeah. Exactly. That's what I read too, Mo. I read that same thing, Mo. Exactly. And that's where the confusion coming in at whether he violated the rules or not.
Right, but that was before, when he made that deal, that was before the new information came out that he was alone in the car. When they made that deal initially for 3 games, it was because that
the other 2 people
testified that they said that he was in the back seat of the car.
Yeah.
Now,
and the funny thing is,
new information that he was alone with this female. Now I think they're going to have to read.
Yeah. And one of the dudes that he talked about he was in the car with is arrested for sexual assault.
Doing time in prison, yeah.
Like, he doing time. How the hell you gonna have this dude be some type of witness for you? He locked up for sexual assault.
Yeah, actually, he didn't testify against Winston. What had happened was they interviewed Ronald Darby, and Ronald Darby vouched for Winston and said that he was sitting in the back seat. And what had happened was, from what I understand, that they went to see this guy in prison and he wasn't available for an interview, but now he's running his mouth and gave up this information about Winston being in the car.
He trying to get his time cut.
I don't know, it's crazy, but it's come out now that Jameis Winston took a second Uber.
Yeah,
that's supposed to happen.
He trying to get his time cut. We're gonna play a record real quick, aka a song. Check me out, people. It's some N.F.L. Power Hour. I gotta learn how to say that more, man. N.F.L. Power Hour. All right, check us out. Follow me on Instagram at TurnThatUp215.
And follow me on the NFL page, NFL Draft Guru page on Facebook. NFL Lafayette Jenkins, NFL Draft Guru.
That's not a private page. It's open to the public, right?
Yes, it's open to the public.
All right, that's what I'm talking about. Holla at your OG. Shout out to everybody on Instagram and Facebook. All right, it's cool right here.
We on that same old shit, we the same old niggas. Load them things up, make them brain on niggas. Don't take much to get a halo, nigga. Feds on the payroll, that's the case closed, nigga. We on that same old shit, we the same old niggas. Load them things up, make them brain on niggas. It don't take much to get a halo, nigga. Feds on the payroll, that's the case closed, nigga. True kings bring new kings, it's hotter than a bitch. I let y'all have it 2 years, and y'all still ain't doing shit. Got the Rari sitting sick, got my eyes on getting rich, and my niggas riding strapped. We got a monitor the whips, yeah, my niggas got them sticks, and they come with extra grips. All my boys wildin' out, they don't have no fucking pics. I swear, all my niggas lit, and we bringing extra clips. We can do it how you want it if you really with the shit. Yeah, all my niggas serving you, jumping out convertibles, dressed in all black. My niggas snapping like some turtles do. I can't believe the nerve of you. My niggas take it personal. It's really fucked up when your family gotta bury. We on that same old shit, we the same old niggas. Load them things up, they can brain on niggas. It don't take much to get a halo, nigga. Feds on the payroll, that's the case closed, nigga. We on that same old shit, we the same old niggas. Load them things up, they can brain on niggas. It don't take much to get a halo, nigga. Feds on the payroll, that's the case closed, nigga. I'm out here dodging the fuss, and you dodging the smoke. But out your whole crew, nigga, you dick rotting the most. I got your back on the ropes, I got the game by the throat. And my niggas don't freeze when it come to banging the toast. You can't afford the approach, you on a slippery slope. Don't try to fuck with me now, you been ignoring the coach. I know that y'all niggas broke, I know that y'all niggas hope that I choke, but I'm the nigga that's supplying the dope. Why the fuck I need to envy you? Stop lying in them interviews. They got you piped up cause you got Michael on your tennis shoes. Bruh, it don't take much to finish you. I'm sick of you. You know what? You on that same old shit. You the same old nigga. Load them things up, make it rain on niggas. It don't take much to get a halo, nigga. Feds on the payroll, that's the case closed, nigga. We on that same old shit. We the same old niggas. Load them things up, make them rain on niggas. It don't take much to get a halo, nigga. Feds on the payroll, that's the case closed, nigga.
It's your OG, baby. I'm in the building. This is another edition of the Turn That Up 215 show. Tonight is the N.F.L. Power Hour. Damn, I got that shit right, Lane.
About time.
N.F.L. Power Hour. It's me, Mr. Mike, and my host,
Lafayette Jenkins, a.k.a. the Draft Guru.
the Draft Guru, in the building. I must admit, Lane, and like I always told you, man, even when we was going at it, I always respected your knowledge when it comes to the stat shit, dog. Yeah, that's your lane. And I always told you, I'm more of like I got like a bunch of games in this ball here. You feel me, Lane? That's just me. I'm not. You know how people can tell you the song that an album was on?
Mm-hmm.
I can't never fucking do that, man.
Yeah, me either. I ain't good with that music thing.
No, I still can't do it. I like music. I can tell you songs though, but I can't.
Especially with me because I'm a beat person. I listen to the beats. Like, it's a lot of prominent songs that you can sing that we know, well known, that I don't even know the lyrics to. Because
But you know that beat though.
I know that beat. I'm lyrically deaf.
Lyrically deaf, that's what I'm talking about.
Lyrically
But you're
deaf.
not football deaf though.
Yeah, I got some knowledge of football. I just know about players, basically. I study them because of the draft type thing. Then I always kind of watch the N.F.L. So I pretty much know about players and their tendencies and where they come from.
Okay. Well, that gonna lead us into the top 100 players for 2018. All right, and we're gonna talk about them. Well, actually, you're gonna talk about them, but we're gonna focus on the top 10. I'm more focused on the top 10, but I'm gonna give you the floor on the other. We're gonna say the other 90 players.
Because it's in general. I mean, I look at in the top 10. I look at the top 5. You got Le'Veon Bell at 5, Julio Jones at 4, Carson Wentz at 3. That's a projection pick in my opinion, because I mean, when you look at the grand scheme of things, he was on an MVP type season last year, and he got injured. It was late in the season, and to me, this pick a 3 over where they got Aaron Rodgers, more listed here at
20. No, Aaron Rodgers.
They got Aaron Rodgers at 10 actually, and.
So, and somebody else said that too.
You got a problem
with that?
Yeah, I think I got a problem with him being in front of Aaron Rodgers at this point. But like I said, again, it's a projection pick, in my opinion. They're putting him at 3 with the emphasis putting on the future, in my opinion.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. Well, you can see it. Though I can see it. I don't know if anybody else can see it. But I see where he's projected to go. His ceiling is very high. He's going to be the face of the league, in my opinion. And there's going to be plenty. What they're expecting is plenty of Super Bowls out there.
But Lang, the players picked the top 100, so it's really hard to debate with that. Yeah, as fans, we might have our little
but I think
our little personal joint.
I think it's the same with them. They got a little bias too. But how can you explain Dak Prescott came in at 14 last year, then totally off the list this year? How can you explain that? And then you got a guy like Derek Carr with the Raiders, who was, I think he came in at 14 last year. 13 or in the top. Derek Carr came in, and then he dropped down from, let me see. Derek Carr, Raiders, terrible season last year. The Raiders didn't even make the playoffs. And Derek Carr came in.
Once again, the players picked though. So,
yeah, but that's my point, and this is why I'm saying why some discrepancies and inconsistencies in how they pick it. Because how did you explain Dak Prescott being from 14 as a rookie to totally off the list, even though when he played without his left tackle, missed 6 games with Zeke, and they just barely missed the playoffs. They went 9-7. Then Derek Carr, his team fell off he played terrible. Because they missed the playoffs and had a terrible record.
I think his rookie year might have just been better.
Of course, there's no doubt about that. But if you look at his production, his only thing that really went down is completion percentage, which as a rookie was outstanding. So in retrospect, he's still a young player, and you expect for his production to slow down a little bit.
Yeah,
he has his interception ratio was up. But my whole thing is that all in all, when you factor in the fact that he is a young player and his rookie season was unexpectedly outstanding, to me, even though he slipped some, it wasn't that point to where you can't justify him being off the list totally. That's just in my opinion.
How about your boy Zeke?
That's another one. I mean, Ezekiel Elliott came in at 30 something this year, and last year he came in at 7.
At 7, and now you're at 30. Once again, I just think it was a season thing.
No, because despite him missing 6 games, he still
did good numbers.
Almost cracked 1,000 yards.
Yeah, true that.
Did that justify him falling that far?
True that. Any more surprise picks?
Yeah. There's some names in here that.
We know Larry Fitzgerald came in at. I like Larry Fitzgerald.
Yeah, Larry Fitzgerald, I don't have a problem where he at because he performed last year at over 100 catches. So.
Would you call him the GOAT?
He's the best of this era.
But you wouldn't call him the GOAT?
No, not the hell. No, he's not better than Jerry Rice.
So you call Jerry Rice the GOAT?
Oh, hell yeah.
Interesting.
Who better? Who can you justify putting in front of Jerry Rice at the wide receiver position? Who? The closest name you could probably conjure up is Terrell Owens.
Get the fuck out of here. That's your not Terrell.
He's the closest that you could say.
No.
That you can conjure up in this era of wide receivers that and he's far off the map. So you can't justify putting nobody in front of Jerry Rice.
No, I'm going to leave that debate alone. But not no goddamn Terrell Owens.
Yeah, T.O. is, to me, in my opinion, T.O. is statistically the second best receiver in NFL history.
Did you just say?
Statistically, T.O. is the second best receiver in NFL history.
Can you prove that?
Statistics. Look at it.
Well, that's what I want you to do.
Look his numbers up.
That's what I want you to do. For our next show, you make sure you bring those numbers, all right?
I mean,
and give me the closest person to him.
Well, that would be Randy Moss.
But you did say statistically, though.
Yeah.
See, that's the key word that might bail you out, and that is your lane.
Then you go by the eye test. What did you see on the field? That'll never fail. Go on film. Just put the film on. The film tells it all. Hell with statistics. Let's go by film.
T.O. when we compare T.O. to Jerry Rice.
Yeah, damn right. But Jerry Rice is better. But there's Jerry Rice.
See, Jerry Rice debate.
Jerry Rice here. Then everybody else is.
See, Jerry Rice debate. Jerry Rice is good. I can't debate that. My debate is like, fucking T.O. is up there with Jerry Rice.
You thinking? All right, let's put Rice aside. You say Rice is you don't want to debate that. Who do you think is better than Terrell Owens?
Oh shit! And nowadays?
No. Who do you think history-wise is better than Terrell Owens?
I would throw Randy Moss in there.
Okay.
I would definitely throw Randy Moss.
And somebody can say that, but to me, the difference between the two is that with Randy Moss, you just had to play.
How about Marvin Harris?
No.
Ooh! No. I got you with that one, Lane.
Please.
Man, I got you with that one, Lane.
Please.
Marvin Harris?
Nobody will say Marvin Harrison is a top 5 receiver in NFL history. You won't even get
Marvin Harris? How about Lynn Swann then? You talking top 5?
Stop playing. Come on, man. You really getting crazy now.
How about Lynn Swann?
No. Come on. Lynn Swann You can debate Rav. He was the best receiver on his team.
You're right. Hey, that's one thing we agree on. But all right, but when we come back, we're gonna come back to this Terrell Owens debate. All right, I gotta do some research. All right, right now you got me on that.
Yeah, they got at 50. They got Deshaun Watson at quarterback, and he had a half a season, which was, like I said, a lot of these, in my opinion, is just projections. I mean, he did some good things. He had good, but 50. Then you got to never do. I think that Joey Bosa debating at 37.
I like Joey Bosa.
Yeah, I think him debating at from going from 100 last year to 37 this year is good. You got Adam Thielen and the Minnesota Vikings, who didn't make the list last year.
The receiver boy.
Yeah, he topped in at 36. I think that AJ Bowie, in my opinion, at 35 is a little low. In my opinion, AJ Bowie's a better player than I think he should have been in somewhere in the 20s. In my opinion, I think another guy that got too much is Matt Ryan at 29. I think he should have been lower based off his performance last year.
Oh, Matt Ryan?
Yeah, he came in at 10 the year previous.
Yeah.
Last year dropped down to 29. Like I said, in the offensive line, they don't even have Travis Frederick on here, like Dallas Cowboys center. He don't even on it. He didn't make the list. Another guy that didn't make the list, in my opinion, should have been on there. And people might say it because I'm an ex-Cowboy fan and I feel it, but the bottom line is these guys are good. Travis Frederick is good, a good center, one of the top centers in this league, if not the best. Then you got Sean Lee at linebacker. I think people really undervalue
Sean Lee. I like Sean Lee.
Yeah, I think they undervalue him.
I like Sean Lee.
Because of the fact that
I like Sean Lee.
He missed games doing it. He don't play full season, but when he out there, man. Phew.
So if you don't think the players should vote, who you think should vote?
No, I'm not saying I don't think that they should vote. I just think that.
But who would you like to add that 2 cents in it? Fans?
No, I think it's cool. Players should vote. But you just understand that it's a bias to it. Especially
towards certain players.
I think that there's always been a Cowboy bias to this, like for years. In my opinion, when the fans vote and the players vote now, is a Cowboy bias to it.
Yeah, why you say that?
Because they don't like the Dallas Cowboys. They're the most hated team in the league. So, I think that comes to play on some of their players.
True Cowboy fan has spoken. Are you still a Cowboy fan?
It's a digestion. I was a Cowboy fan for almost.
You say it's a digestion lane?
So, yeah,
I like that.
I'm trying to get it out of my system.
You trying to get out your system?
Yeah,
Use some X-Lax.
They don't stand for what I value. So
use some X-Lax or some shit.
Yeah, it's like getting out of a relationship with a woman. Over the years, you still want to think about it.
Yeah, you still go back
and stuff like that.
Check a boy head a couple of times before you roll up.
I even hit it. Just she don't want no dealing with you. You want to red yourself for her. You still from time to time go take a peek at it.
All right, so let's go over the top 10. At number 9, at number 10 actually, Aaron Rodgers was number 10.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
You don't like that?
No, not at all.
How about Von Miller at number 9?
No, I don't agree with that either.
No?
No, I don't agree with Aaron Donald being at 7. I think he should have been in the top 5.
Aaron Donald, that's the line. Yeah, and he was the only defensive player that was in the top 10.
No, Von Miller was in the top 10.
Wait. Something they said about Aaron. I forgot that shit. Oh, he was the highest ranking defensive end.
Yeah, because he came in at 7, so I don't agree with that. I think he should have been a top 5 defensive player. He's top 5 player in this league.
No shit.
Oh fuck yeah, hell yeah. He easy. He dominates the game. You got a game plan for this guy. He will wreck your.
Well, this top 5 is kind of tight right here. How the fuck he gonna get?
I don't think Le'Veon Bell deserved 5.
What?
I don't think Le'Veon Bell deserved 5.
You right. Number 2.
Please. Antonio Brown at 2. That's the man here.
The top 2 should have been black and gold, but we ain't gonna get into that debate. All right, so
Julio Jones should have been at 4.
No.
Oh Julio Jones and Le'Veon Bell should not have been at 4 and 5. No.
So he said neither one should be there?
Not at 4 and 5. No, I would have Aaron Donald in Carson Wentz's spot at 3. That's where Aaron Donald should be at. I would have Carson Wentz at 7, where Aaron Donald is. I would have Drew Brees at 5.
Oh, okay.
In that position.
I actually like the top 10.
Yeah, my top 5 would be Tom Brady, Antonio Brown, Aaron Donald.
And where would you put Tom Brady at?
Tom Brady won.
Number
I don't have a
one.
problem with that.
Nah, me either. It is what it is. All right. So, what's up, Young E? Young E, the top 5 is Tom Brady's. That came in number 1. AB came in at number 2. Carson Wentz at number 3. How you feel about that, Mr. Guru? About Carson Wentz being at number 3 when he didn't even play through the playoffs and he missed the last 2 games.
To my understanding, I think he only missed like 2 or 3 games. So it ain't. I mean, like I said, it's a projection pick, and I understand it. I wouldn't have put him there, but I understand where they're going at with it because a lot is expected. There's a lot of expected of this young man, and he looked like he's going to deliver because up until the time of the injury, he was. An argument could be said that he was the MVP of the league. All right.
So, do you think if he'd have finished the whole season, that he would have got the number 1 spot?
Yeah, probably because he would have went ahead, went up against Tom Brady and beat him.
Yeah. So, you think Wentz should be number 5, Yeah. That I guess asked that question. Yeah,
they said that Wentz had a better season than Brees last year, but and that's statistically that's true. But Brees has a level of consistency where it's been over time. So whereas Wentz, this is his first time. So I think that it factors into some because if an argument can be said, if you want to make that argument, Tom Brady, he had a better season than Tom Brady also. So he should have been replaced Brady at 1.
And the key phrase is consistency.
Right, because let's see him do it again. Because if that's the case, Dak Prescott should have been on this list. Because last year,
what you just said,
yeah, Dak Prescott should have been on this list. Like you cannot justify him coming in at 14 last year,
and this year not even being on the list.
100 players. You cannot tell me that with 16 quarterbacks on this list. He didn't fit in somewhere in this quarterback.
So
16 quarterbacks.
So whose spot do you think that?
Derek Carr.
Yeah, Derek Carr. Houston, right?
Yeah, no, Derek Carr played for the Raiders.
Raiders. Oh, interesting. How you feel about Big Ben? Big Ben never been in the top 10.
Big Ben never been in the top 10?
Nope. Where is it at?
That one, y'all.
Big Ben.
Roethlisberger. Well, he came in at 22 the year before, but he fell to 18 this year.
18 was the highest Big Ben has been.
Wow, I didn't know that. He came in at 22 the year previous, so.
Yeah, says I got my note right here. Ben first time in the 20s.
Wow.
That's what I said. Wow.
Well, if you look at it, if you remember, before the Steelers got pass happy, that Ben Roethlisberger was. And his rookie season, his first 2 comes, he was Dak Prescott.
Yeah, you can say that.
Because they always said that what was the knock on him, that he can't win games in the pocket, and they had Jerome Bettis in that running game with him, Willie Parker, and all them.
Yeah, true.
They were saying basically the same thing about Ben Roethlisberger. They say about Dak Prescott.
Yeah, true.
Although Big Ben is a better passer, in my opinion, at this stage of his career than Dak Prescott was. So is now. So
true.
But the thing is that the jury is going to be out for Dak Prescott this year. So, and I think that the Cowboys got a big decision to make when it comes to him in this contract situation because.
So where do you think your ex-boy is going to finish?
In the record-wise?
Yeah.
I would say 10-6, 11-5.
We call this pre-prediction.
Rather look at the schedule like 11-5. It can varies, like I said, because everybody's saying that, they looking at the receiver position and saying that they don't have a guy. And I counter that with saying that there's a lot of teams out there that don't have a guy.
A guy as in the man, number one receiver.
The Eagles won the Super Bowl without a number one receiver.
Well, they have a number one, but I don't think number one is the right word. They like a big time receiver.
No, they don't have a big time receiver.
Well, who we say the Eagles number one receiver is right now? On paperwork, somebody got to be number one.
If you had to give a guy, I would say Alshon Jeffrey.
Alshon Jeffries and what's my other man name?
You talking about the guy 13?
Yeah. What's his name? What's the other Eagles receiver name?
Nelson Aguilar.
Aguilar. What about Aguilar? Wouldn't Aguilar be?
He's a guy. He ain't nobody special. I mean,
I like
if you
Aguilar.
Put him on the
man.
outside, if you put him on the outside where he's facing a tougher level of competition for as the top corners in this league, he'll be obsolete.
Alshon number one?
Yeah, Alshon he's not, in my opinion, he's not a number one guy, but
see, that's what I'm trying to say. Maybe I said it wrong, but to me, the number one guy, somebody is listed on paper as a number one. We all know that, right?
I guess if you want to go that route, then it's Alshon Jeffrey.
And in my opinion, the number one is that man, that marquee receiver, that Antonio Brown,
right?
That Dez Bryant.
How many? Dez Bryant, in my opinion, is not in the same level as Antonio Brown.
No, I ain't say that, but he was the Cowboy number one receiver, though.
Yeah,
he was that man. He was that bull.
But when you go out on that field, did he command the respect from the opposite team? For that matter, no.
I think Dez did.
No.
You don't think he did?
So, because it shows in the coverage that he got.
Which was soft coverage?
No, I wouldn't say soft, but I think he didn't face top level receipt. Nobody corner went out there and said, well, we got to stop him. They were putting single coverage on him by the time. Zeke was 69 in the box. They putting, if you look at the film and you see who was actually covering Dez, and you'd be like, wow.
Interesting. See, that's why you the draft guru. Because from what I was saying, they show respect for Dez.
I don't know how you see that. Certain teams, like Dez Bryant hasn't been a guy since I want to say the 15 season.
But what about Prescott
you talk
rookie
about
season?
A guy that come in.
Wasn't he the man Prescott rookie season?
No, he wasn't. We did it by committee. Remember, Dez Bryant missed like 3 games. In that 3 games, we went 3-0, and that's when Dak Prescott had his best statistical game, when Dez Bryant wasn't involved in the game plan.
I agree, Mo. Okay, Mo says Seattle, Pats, Philly.
Yeah, I agree with him.
All
Seattle,
didn't have
the Patriots, the Philadelphia Eagles. They don't have no number one guy. They don't have a dominant
Antonio
receiver. Brown type receiver.
See, there you go. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you, that in the Cowboys situation this year coming up, people are looking at their receivers and they're saying that they don't see nothing. And I'm telling you that these teams, the Patriots, the Seahawks, who have been perennial Super Bowl contenders, and the Eagles, who won the Super Bowl last year, don't have one guy.
But they all have, good receivers. Or is it the combination of the receivers and the quarterback?
Yeah, the quarterback. It's the quarterback and the running game with Seattle for the most part. Well, what was when they had beast mode. But now you can see that Russell Wilson is more of a guy than people thought, because he's able to.
I got one for you. Young E says Gronk isn't dominant.
Gronkowski isn't dominant?
Yeah. So what do you mean by that, though? Don't make a long story short, E, because I don't know, you don't smoke, but whatever you smoking, nigga, pass that shit to me.
Yeah, Gronkowski is
why isn't he dominant? I think you can put Gronk with any goddamn body, he be dominant.
No, I think Brady got a lot to do with that, but Gronkowski is a good tight end that demands double teams and he can beat linebackers and safeties. You cannot match him up with linebackers and safeties. You got to put a corner on him.
Yeah, true. Just to keep up.
Yeah, that alone to handicap your defense.
And sometimes that don't work because Gronk a big dude.
It showed you his body by himself.
Yeah.
I think that people kind of take him for granted for the last couple of years because he's been injured.
Fred, what's up, Fred?
Yeah,
All right, Mo.
Injured, so
Hey, Mo.
I had that content, but
We had a comment. From a Pats fan. He said that Gronk is not dominant. What do you think, Mo?
he a Patriots fan that said that?
Oh yeah, y'all need Patriots
It
fans.
said Gronkowski is not dominant. I mean, I don't know. That's crazy there. Yeah,
Okay, here you go. Young E said this. Lane. Young E said this. He said if we saying that the Patriots didn't have a dominant receiver, then what about Gronk?
I mean, he's a dominant tight end, but we talking about the guys that's going to be outside, not somebody that's going up against linebackers and
All right,
safeties.
you understand that? E? We was talking receivers. We wasn't talking tight ends.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to go there and say, I agree with you. Like he's a dominant tight end.
Yeah, because
You wanna count him in,
Gronk
like,
is crazy.
You don't, like, to me right now, the best tight end in football is Travis Kelce from the Kansas City Chiefs, and
Oh, Kelsey, yeah.
and he don't match up against number one corners.
Yeah,
Because,
true.
He's an inline blocker too, so same as Gronk, so you can't make that distinction as far as
Yeah, but we was definitely talking receivers.
tight end is a whole new class there, so
What you talking about, Fred?
he must like Russ Francis, he said.
Oh, shit. All right, fellas, I'm going to throw something out you. I'm going to throw something out there at y'all, all right? So, back to me and the Guru debate, right? Give me a name, how we say it? Give me a name of a receiver, current or Hall of Fame, right?
Right, who you think is better than Terrell Owens? It's nobody.
Who you think is better than Terrell Owens?
Nobody.
Current receiver,
No receiver.
who you think is better than Terrell Owens? I said, who I said? I said, Marvin Harris. I threw Marvin Harris out there. He shot me down, though. Like, Marvin Harris? He got rings.
Not better than, no, he's not better than Terrell Owens.
How about numbers-wise?
He's not better than Terrell Owens.
Number-wise,
No,
just saying
he's not.
overall.
Overall, numbers-wise, he's not better. He's not a better receiver than Terrell Owens.
See, that's why our show don't prosper. Because we definitely see two sides of that one right there.
Because with them guys, like, taking nothing away from Marvin Harris, he was a great receiver, but it's a different level when you talk about Terrell Owens, that physical.
I said Randy Moss. I threw Randy Moss out there.
Yeah, and then people going to say that, but like I said, in my opinion, with Randy Moss, you only had to play one part of the field. With Terrell Owens, you had to deal with the whole field, and that's what separates
Julio.
them to me.
No, but Mo, he really talking about stats though.
I
And when we can't say
I said that what my statement was that statistically,
yeah.
Terrell Owens is the second best receiver in NFL history.
And I said he might be.
Right. See, Jamil and Ray Sui on the same page, baby. Thank you. It's Jerry Rice first, then Terrell Owens. I mean, that's if you ask any
stat wise though.
It don't matter. If you look at the
See,
game,
to me it matters. If stat wise, you might be right.
Stat wise, it's the same. Well, let's go with stats.
Stat wise,
If
you
you
might
look at
be right.
if you turn on the game film, you're just gonna see the same thing.
As far as though play on the field, no, I don't agree with that
Please,
shit, man.
who can you name play on the field better than Terrell Owens?
I just said two. Randy Moss and Marvin Harris.
That's a joke, man. And
Marvin Harris, he's in the Hall of Fame.
Good, and it's warranted. But when you compare these two guys, Terrell Owens, with the physicality which he played with, and the longevity which he played with, in the position, in the productivity that he had with 5 different teams.
Yeah. So you say Jerry's stats are better?
Yeah, Jerry Rice stats is the best out of everybody.
But you just said Terrell Owens.
I said Terrell Owens statistically is the second
you
best
did.
receiver behind Jerry Rice.
Yeah, you did.
In my opinion, he's just the better receiver. It's Jerry Rice here, then it's Terrell Owens, then the rest of the guys.
See, Terrell, I like Terrell Owens. Well, I don't know about it. It is what it is, though.
In my opinion, the top receivers that I've seen in my lifetime is Jerry Rice, Terrell Owens, Sterling Sharp.
Sterling Sharp?
Sterling Sharp.
Ooh.
Sterling Sharp. This is just my opinion. Sterling Sharp, Michael Irvin, then Tim Brown.
All right, for top 5?
In my receivers that I've seen in my lifetime, yes.
All right, here we go, fellas. Leave a comment, top 5. Top 5 NFL receivers.
In my opinion, that I've seen in my lifetime. That's what I'm saying.
This
I
is why
have seen play the game.
And this is a good example of. I was reading this article, and they was talking about.
He said Terrell Owens is the top receiver of all time.
Yeah, Sharp was that guy.
That's what he was. Sterling Sharp was amazing.
Yes, he was.
Sterling Sharp was Antonio Brown. What Antonio Brown doing? Sterling Sharp was doing.
Like, don't get nothing twisted. Everybody you were saying is definitely a definitely marquee players, but like you said, that's your opinion.
Yeah, I mean, but in my opinion, Sterling Sharp is Antonio Brown. That's the same dominance that you see him going out. People 2 or 3 guys on him. Everybody know that the ball coming to him, and they can't stop him. That was Sterling Sharp. I think that Antonio Brown has more help than Sterling Sharp had on the other side of him, though. But other than that, they the same guy.
Yeah, I like Sterling Sharp, though. Yeah, I did. He's definitely up there. See, me,
I think he underrated in this league. Like, people, when they talk about receivers, they don't tend to talk about him. But I remember.
Nah.
Yeah, when they talk about great receivers in this league, man, they put a lot of people ahead of him, and I don't think that's. I respect everything Laffy said out of his mouth.
Do you know what that means? You have no goddamn opinion.
No, I believe because we talks a lot, so we have busted up a lot, and he respects a lot of my football opinion. So I think
I respect Wayne's stat knowledge, but I debate on him with a lot of stuff. That's why our show was going to be a success.
He got a difference in opinion on things.
Yeah, there you go. Jerry Rice, Randy Moss, they're gonna fucking Terrell. What are y'all saying? Terrell fucking Owens. All right, Young E.
Like, to me, Calvin Johnson disqualified himself because he didn't play long enough.
Ooh.
And that's his list, though. I respect it. I mean,
he said, Young E list is Jerry Rice, Randy Moss, Terrell Owens, Marvin Harris, and Calvin Johnson.
I respect his list, but to me, Calvin Johnson kind of disqualified himself.
I always forgot about Calvin Johnson.
He didn't play long enough. I didn't, but I just don't have him in my top 5.
But see, that's why it's kind of hard for me to do it. I gotta actually watch some film or some shit because it's a lot. I've seen a lot of people play, man.
Yeah, we might go a little further than my man there, Henry Young. How old is he?
Late 20s.
Oh wow, hell yeah, shit. Yeah.
How old are you? Late 20s, right?
He ain't seen no football.
Say that shit again. I always tell people that.
He ain't
shit,
seen no football.
What'd you say, Mo? Fred a hater?
Yeah, he's physical, fast, and can catch. Yeah, that's the difference. What separates Moss, because they kind of close statistically, him and Owens, but what separates them two, in my opinion, is, and I always said this, is that with Randy Moss, you only had to play one part of the field, and that's deep. He didn't give you nothing over the middle. He didn't give you that slant pattern. He didn't run in there and take that concussion for that catch. Terrell Owens, you had to play the entire field.
Young E29. I say late 20s.
Okay, 29. Yeah, so with Terrell Owens, you had to play the entire field. He could take a screen pass and take it the distance. I've seen him do it. I haven't seen Moss do it. When you see Moss do stuff, he normally...
yeah, you're right. Outside.
Yeah, he's an outside guy, fly pattern, that type of dude. So, and that would separate them, in my opinion. If I had a game, if I'm going in a game, I want Terrell Owens on my team.
I can vouch with that.
Yeah. Him and Jerry Rice.
Chris Carter? Nah, I wouldn't even say Chris Carter.
I like Chris Carter.
I like Chris Carter, though.
Chris Carter, I liked him, though. But
how you say?
He wouldn't be in the top 5.
Nah. All I do is catch touchdown.
I take Michael Irvin over him.
Ooh, see, that's why I can't. That's so hard for me to do. Like, it really is, man.
I'm taking Mike over him. Hell yeah. I'll take Mike over him. Yeah, I'm taking Mike over him. Yeah, big time players come make big plays in big games, baby. You know what I mean?
I went to the Hall of Fame quarterback.
Yeah, Steve Young. So Steve Young was a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steve Young. So Megatron, nah. Like I said, he disqualified himself in my opinion because he retired too soon. He was a good player when he lasted, but argument can be said right now that you can like him and my man Antonio Brown. Like shit, Antonio Brown just as dominant as he is for his era that he played in.
Yeah.
So, you know what? Julio Jones. So,
yo, and this why I like that the players do the top 100 because they had the two. McNabb is borderline what? Borderline Hall of Fame. So why would you think McNabb is borderline but T.O. get in?
Why?
Yeah.
Terrell Owens had production over 5 different teams.
But McNabb, if I'm correct, McNabb got the numbers, got a lot of records for the Eagles, right? Isn't he like the top Eagle quarterback pass or some shit?
That's the Eagles, though. That bar wasn't high to jump. It's the Eagles, yo.
That's fucked up, man.
Listen, I'm going to tell you just how I know. It ain't fucked up, but it's the truth. Listen, in 3 seasons, in 3 years, 4, Carson Wentz going to be their leading passer. I give it 4 seasons.
He gonna pass McNabb.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right, fellas, y'all heard that line right here?
4 years, Carson Wentz will be passing Don McNabb and some statistics. Yeah, no doubt.
Oh, we got a question. The question is, and you listening, Mo and Fred? The question is, my man, Young A. So, who's the best quarterback of all time? That's a matter of opinion.
Who's the best quarterback of all time?
Because it's some good quarterbacks that play in the black and white era.
All time. Tom Brady.
Ooh, he said Tom Brady.
Yeah, I mean, for a long time, Joe Montana was my top quarterback.
Of all time?
Of all time, until maybe the last couple of years ago. I said, man, you got to give it to Tom Brady. No, I have never seen this level of winning by one guy in my entire life. Like, I have seen some winning, but this shit is ridiculous, cuz. Like, this level of winning. Like, I remember Starback and the Cowboys, and they had 20-plus seasons going to the Super Bowl, going to the playoffs every year, making maybe like 20 years of going to the playoffs every year. And Roger Starback, and then passed on the damn.
But you say you dare anyone to say anyone besides Brady? Terry Bradshaw.
Yeah, and like we grew up with Bradshaw, and that level, it was a lot of level one. Like,
yeah, it really was.
Like, they was hot too. Like they was but like I said again, I have never seen this level of winning with consistency again. Especially under the circumstances, because you got salary caps and free agency to deal with. So it's a constant turnover. With the Steelers, back in them days, you knew who was going to be on the team. Like the Steelers in them days, they had one guy that they didn't draft on their team. And I found that amazing. Everybody, every Steeler was drafted except for one guy.
I knew that. I don't know who that one guy was, but I definitely knew.
Yeah, I remember. I forgot who it was.
Hence, that's why Pittsburgh built off the...
If I'm not mistaken, it could have been Lawrence Cole, a linebacker. Don't quote me on it, but I believe it was Lawrence Cole, a linebacker. Might have been the only guy that wasn't drafted by the Steelers back in the times. I'm not certain. If I remember correctly, I believe it was him. But every Steeler was a draft pick from the team, original draft pick. They didn't have outside guys. And with Tom Brady, it's a revolving door every year. You lose guys, they just seem to keep going.
That's your top 3? Top 3 all-time quarterbacks? Brady, Montana, and Bradshaw. What do you think, Mr. Guru? That's a good one.
Brady,
Montana, and Bradshaw. That's a good one.
I like the first 2. I wouldn't put Bradshaw in at 3. I wouldn't put him over. There's plenty of guys that I would put over Bradshaw.
So who would you put over Bradshaw?
Shit, you got fucking Dan Marino, John Elway.
Dan Marino?
Yes.
Lane, how the hell are you gonna take a 4-time Super Bowl winner off the list and put in Marino?
Because it ain't always about rings.
Why ain't it?
It's about how you throw the ball.
Tell Marino that shit.
Yeah, I mean, well, he didn't win a ring, of course. Everybody know that, but that don't take nothing from his greatness.
No, it damn sure don't. It damn sure. But that lineup right there, that's like what? 5, 4.
And
That's
Mr.
13 Super Bowls.
Mr. Henry Young is 29 years old.
Yeah.
So I don't know how he would be able to have an opinion on Terry Bradshaw because he didn't actually see him play.
Hey, he barely saw Montana.
Right. Yeah. Like. Yeah. So I don't understand that one. Like
So
me, I try to shy away from guys I've never seen play before. Like I don't have no opinions on Jim Browns, O.J. Simpsons, them guys. I might have an opinion on them, but when it comes to putting their place in,
I could see that, Lane. I could definitely understand it.
Yeah, when it comes to putting them in place, I don't really have an opinion on them.
Yes, I can understand that. True. You can watch them and you know about
I've seen
them.
film, yeah, but
I understand
the film tells me, yeah, goddamn. But when it comes to me putting, I try to stick to the guys that I actually seen play. Yeah, but my opinion, Tom Brady has eclipsed Joe Montana in my mind as the top quarterback I haven't seen play this game.
It is about rings. I don't know what Google talking about.
No, it's not about rings.
It's about rings.
Because if it's about rings, then he could put him in front of Peyton Manning either. Peyton Manning got a ring. Drew Brees got a ring. You could put a Bradshaw in front of them guys.
You just did. I would put Bradshaw. That's a fucking good.
I like Terry Bradshaw. When he played, he scared the fuck out of me.
The only reason why, once again, it's the era thing.
Yeah.
It's the era thing.
One thing I can say,
because Brady, your man, damn, fucking brain fog.
Who?
The guy you just mentioned.
Who we talking about?
Quarterbacks.
4, Drew Brees.
For Denver, one.
John Elway.
No.
Dan Marino.
Denver won that Super Bowl. Fucking brain fog.
For Denver?
Yeah.
John Elway.
Manning.
Oh, Peyton Manning.
I'm fucking brain fog. I'm getting old people. But Peyton Manning is that dude though.
Yeah. Hands
down, I ain't gonna front. The best audible caller I fucking ever seen. But in that era, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I think like with a lot of these quarterbacks now, the era is a lot of their numbers is inflated because of the level of passing that they do, as opposed to in the back when the running back was dominant, they had good running game. So it can be overrated, but for the most part, I think you can look at film, turn on the film, and these guys, man. Boom.
Sure. Hey, he said I actually did see them play. They got film, bro.
Yeah, I know. and trust me, that highlight thing is because they're not going to show you the bad.
That's funny as shit.
They're not going to show you the bad when you watch a highlight. So that's my opinion on it.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to see the bad. So.
Yeah, hey, that's funny. You're right. They do got film.
Yeah, because when I'm looking at Bill Russell and I'm watching the film, and I'm watching Wilt Chamberlain, I'm watching the film, I'm watching guys trying to cover him that's 5'10" and 5'11".
Yeah, like I'm watching Johnny Unitas and Dick Buckus on film.
Playing against all white guys.
I don't know these motherfuckers,
playing against basically predominantly white guys.
Yeah, these.
Playing with an all-white league then.
Yeah, I totally understand what you're saying.
Yeah, so I don't try to judge them guys. I just try to stick to what I watch.
I agree with that. I can't do that either because, like you said, I'm just watching films. I actually ain't see these guys play.
Yeah.
So,
like, to me, one of the most underrated quarterbacks of this era, and I might be biased again, and people going to laugh when I say this, but I think that Tony Romo, in my opinion, like, he's one of the most underrated quarterbacks of this era.
Think so?
Yeah.
I don't think so, Lane.
Yeah, because people, they dwell on the one, the time
all the bad shit he did.
Or he came up, and it's not a lot, but they came up with it. But when you talk about how to know the game and where he came from, I got a lot of respect for him.
See, we would definitely see it. I actually thought Dez and Tony Romo was well respected around the league.
And you can ask people that talk to me about Dez Bryant, and there's no shock to me that he's not in the league. I think that Jerry Jones covered up a lot for him, in my opinion. But,
for what? His inadequacies?
Yeah, because how can I say this lightly? He's not smart.
So he's stupid. See, that's why we gonna work when I say it for you, all right, man. I say it for you.
He didn't. Like I said, like it's guys that, in my opinion, that you could trust. Like Ben Roethlisberger, with his connection with Antonio Brown, he knows where he's going to be at.
Yeah.
If it's a pattern that says he got to be 12 yards, he's going to be there. He's going to be there. With Dez Bryant, nobody had that level of trust with him because you didn't know, because he's not.
You could definitely throw the ball before he make his cut.
I wouldn't say that. I'm just saying that you know if it's a play that calls for you to be at a certain spot, they know to be there. The good ones know to be there.
Yeah. True that.
And that's the problem. You see him lining a job now because I think that his football intellect ain't high.
Football smarts.
He have a problem reading playbooks. So, and teams know that because they watch the film. And there's why you see him having a difficult time getting signed right now. Jerry Jones covered up a lot for him.
Dez, so why ain't nobody hop up on Dez? You figured Dez would be, wouldn't he last long with free agency?
Right, because you figure that he could be at least a fourth receiver on somebody's team. And I'm not saying that it won't happen.
Shit, he can be a first on some teams.
I don't know about that. But
let me see, who could he be for Cleveland?
No, he can't be a first in Cleveland.
You don't think so?
Hell no.
Who else? Let me see.
Nobody.
Tampa Bay?
No.
How about Houston?
No.
Texans?
The Houston Texans? No.
Yeah.
You got DeAndre Hopkins out there.
Yeah. How about...
And here's one of the worstest teams in the league where he can't be, and that's Chicago. Like, he can't even be a one there.
For real?
Chicago.
Damn, Dad! What happened, dog?
Look at the team that he just left. The team that he has left has no receivers, in everybody's opinion. And they didn't even think to give him a pay cut. So that tells you something right there.
You don't think it was personal?
Hell no. Why? When Jerry Jones left him.
Interesting.
So how could it be personal when Jerry Jones loved him?
So who's the Cowboy number one now?
They don't have one. It's going to be by committee.
Well, who's listed? Who would be?
There's no listing. There's no number one guy.
Damn.
It ain't no
damn,
listing.
Cowboys.
It might be a good thing.
Yeah.
Because now the quarterback ain't got to go into a game and have to say, well, I got to get this guy the ball because he's making a certain amount of money.
Yeah.
So it might be a good thing.
We the diva.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm gonna give it to you straight, Fred. You know, I for me, and this is why I always try to tell people that say that I'm a flip flopper or you're not a real Cowboy fan. I studies, and it would be disrespectful to me for me to do all that studying and then to come in and be biased. Then that the case, I just don't study and just say ignorant, stupid statements about my team just to protect them. I'm not going to do that. Because it'd be disrespectful to the time I put in studying and reading over the years. So I feel like I'm obligated to myself, one, and to everybody else to know what I'm talking about. Because I have sit and had a conversation with guys, and after 3 minutes, I know I can't talk to them.
How you know, man?
Because they're ignorant. And biased.
After 3 minutes?
Yeah, after 3 minutes, you hear the ignorance and you hear the bias. And there's nothing that you can tell them because they biased and they sectarian thoughts.
Yeah. So, you can have a decent conversation with them.
Yeah, because I don't want to sit and talk to somebody that got sectarian thoughts and think about one team and this, that, and they say anything to protect them. I don't want to do that. Yeah,
that's funny right there.
Yeah, because it'll be disrespectful to the work I put in to gain this kind of knowledge for me to come out here and say.
And that's why he's called the draft guru. Shout out to everybody. Today was a good show. What you think, Mr. Guru?
Yeah, we had a good conversation. It's coming along. I think we're gonna get better as time moves on.
Yes, indeed. And you know, we way past an hour too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, time flies when you're having fun and
Yes,
you're doing
indeed.
what you like.
That's
You
what
know
I'm
what I
talking
mean?
about.
I love this, man. I'm glad that you gave me the platform to talk about things instead of just printing on Facebook all the time and people hearing, actually seeing my face and hearing my voice. So
Yes, indeed, Lay. And I want to thank you for coming on my platform. So together, I see a bright future for us, especially once football gets started.
see, Green Bay would be a perfect fit for that. Why? When they just got rid of Jordy Nelson is a better receiver at this point in his career. Why would you get rid of Jordy Nelson?
But it gotta be. But isn't it reasons why they got rid of Jordy though?
I think it's more money than anything else.
Yeah, I don't think it's play. It gotta be fucking money.
Yeah. Why would you bring in a guy that could be where you want him to be at? You got to fill it with Aaron Rodgers as opposed to somebody who has trouble studying and reading playbooks and you can't trust him that he's going to be where you need him to be at.
Yeah, you afraid? When NBA season come around, we'll talk about that. But right now, we are getting ready for football, people. It's coming, fellas. It's coming. And you know, domestic violence goes up during football season. It really does. He said, and Aaron make you look better.
Yeah, but how many routes can he make him look better on? Where though you won't, like, he only got
He only
got 2 or 3 routes, period. He got
2 or 3 routes. That's fucked up.
The back shoulder. He got the slant.
And the throw it up. The toss it up.
Yeah, that's it.
And the toss it up.
And everybody knows this. Like, when you see them interviewing other defensive backs in this league and they talk about Dez, they being
humble.
Yeah, because they don't want to, you know what I mean? Like, they don't want to ruin him to the point to where he can't get a job. So they being, and I try to do the same thing, but you got to tell them what it is. Like, I'm not saying nothing that don't nobody else know.
Don't worry about Jemiah, right?
Yeah, sorry for not chiming in more. I'm flipping burgers and bacon.
Don't even worry about it. We are just getting started.
We're just getting started.
Yes. We
thank you for your participation.
Yes.
And look forward to in the future when you get in here.
Yeah, that's what.
3 routes. That's it. 3 routes.
He said he got 3 routes.
3 routes. That's it.
He say Dad's got 3 routes.
When I knew he was finished was it like a year or 2 ago when we played Washington Redskins and we lost to them on Monday Night Football, and they put single coverage on him, and it was an easy game for us to win. And I said any dominant receiver would
demand, not respect, would demand.
It would not demand it because he had single coverage. You couldn't beat it. Could not beat it.
Single coverage.
And this was with Romo at quarterback. This wasn't Dak Prescott. This was Tony Romo at quarterback. And we couldn't beat the Redskins that night because Daz couldn't shake that coverage. Man coverage. And they was lining up on us. They was blitzing. I'll never forget, they were blitzing, sending blitzes right at Romo. And this man could
like
not
crazy.
beat that coverage. I said, wow. To me, his last dominant game, in my opinion.
That playoff game?
No, because you see the guy that was covering that dude was like a 4th-string quarterback. So he should have tore his ass up.
Yeah.
But his last real dominant game was against the Eagles when we beat them, and he had 3 touchdowns, I believe, on that whoever that guy, I forgot his name, he was terrible. Whoever that cornerback was, he was fucking horrible.
Yeah.
Because he beat him on the same pattern 3 times for the same score.
Yeah.
3 pattern, the same fucking play. 3 times. And we beat them. And he had 3 touchdowns. That was his last dominant game, in my opinion.
Poor Daz.
When you see him go up against, when you look at his stats, when you go up against Richard Sherman, in the games he played against Seattle, 1-2 catches.
So how you think Richard Sherman going to do in San Fran?
I think they're going I think they're going to do things to help him out. They're not going to put him in no compromised position where he got to single cover guys.
Well, you could put it's two teams you could put on my watch list: San Fran and the Rams from the NFC.
Okay.
San Fran and the Rams.
And that's another problem I got with this top 50 list too. They got Jimmy Garoppolo on his list. Like, he shouldn't be on his list.
They do.
Yeah, he got him on his list after 5 games, yo.
They do.
And you tell me that his 5 games was more impressive than Dak Prescott? Like, come on. Like, stop playing.
But fucking players picked them.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm telling you. It's a cowboy bias.
The cowboy bias?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Fucking Garoppolo.
How can you justify that? 5 games, this man on the list.
Yeah.
This man.
And when he was over in the other conference, he was trash.
No, he didn't even play. So you can't say he trash because he didn't get the opportunity.
Yeah.
And then he came here and didn't start he started the last 5 games. I mean, they went 5-0 and he played well, but like I said earlier, a player, I forgot the name, said that there was a lot of, with the season being that it was over with for one.
True.
And then
True. But I think he's a good fit for
yeah, we'll see. Because now people got that 5 games of tape on him. He's gonna be the starter from the outset. There's a lot of expectation. He got his money, so with that comes a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
And he playing for a franchise that's
a winning franchise.
Yeah, so they're gonna expect him to.
All right, so Mr. Guru, before we wrap this up, tell everybody about the site, where they can follow you at, all that good stuff.
You can find me on Facebook. My page is the N.F.L. Draft Guru Lafayette Jenkins on Facebook. That's mainly where I do my thing at. Looking forward to expanding as we go further on in this thing here, and I'm enjoying myself. I like it. So
that's what I'm talking about. And you can also see this broadcast on YouTube. And my YouTube channel is Turn That Up 215 Show. And you can also hear the recording on Spreaker. And if you follow me on Instagram, that link is in my bio. Next week I'm on vacation. Guess where I'm going, Lane?
You told me to Pittsburgh, right?
Pittsburgh. And I'm not from fucking Pittsburgh, all right? I'm from 15th New York. I just got family out there. All right? But I'm going to the
basically, all the NFL camps will be starting in
between the 25th and the 27th.
23rd and 25th.
23rd, 25th?
Most teams are having their rookies in the 23rd. The veterans all reporting at the 25th.
Between 20, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So, with that being said, so I think the date after that is July 9th. July 9th, me and the Draft Guru will be right back at you. And I'll be doing some more studying. Till then, holler at your OG, baby.
Peace, y'all.
Peace. All right, there you go. Boom.